Another week of football, another preview for the Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. Mahomes versus Burrow, round 5. Bengals versus Chiefs. Always a great game, man. Always a great game. Those 4 games that Mahomes and Burrow have played have come down to the final. They've come down to the the final possession and 3 points. You can't deny it. But both these teams had opposite results in Week 1. Unfortunately, we came up short against the New England Patriots. They took care of business against the Baltimore Ravens. So, gotta give them a lot of credit. But let's look at our Cincinnati Bengals first. So, a bad loss Week 1, man. A bad loss to the New England Patriots. 16-10. We had turnover issues from Tanner Hudson and Charlie Jones. Thank you guys very much for that. A lot of tackling issues on defense on Ramondre Stevenson. Dude had 100 and plus yards on the ground. Had 170 total yards. T. Higgins is possibly out. I don't think he's going to play this game, so that's a big loss for that offense. I will say Jamar Chase needs a big game, man. We need to stop getting so conservative with the playbook. We just always look so timid, especially early in the season, and that's really concerning as a Bengals fan. Because this is just like a playbook that just doesn't open up early season. So I'm like, are you going to open up? It's the Kansas City Chiefs. You're 0-1. You're on the road against a team that could be competing with you for the number 1 seed. I would have thought, but based on Week 1, I don't know anymore. I don't know. I don't understand what we were doing, but I just don't. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me, man. But anyway, we got to look ahead though, because there's no looking back. There's only looking forward, and that's all we can do. So these are my keys to the victory. But anyway, first I'll talk about that. But first I want to talk about this quote from Dan Orlovsky. He said it best, man. The Bengals' offensive defense is all finesse, not physical. He's right. What do we use this as bulletin board material, or do we just continue the same thing? That's the question. People say that they're going to use this as fuel. I don't know. Because the way that they looked in Week 1, and we'll take a look at the opponent in a minute, but before I talk about the keys to victory, I have to get this out. The defense they're not physical. The offense has not been physical in Week 1, and I get it, it's Week 1, but how many times are we going to say that? We're not going to have us turn around like we do every year. It's not going to happen. Eventually, at some point, you have to start off strong. It's enough of the BS that opens up the season. If you want to be a contender for a Super Bowl, this is a game you got to win. And now let's look at our opponent, though. 1-0. Less said about this guy, the better. Patrick Mahomes is amazing. He leads an explosive offense. What a surprise, right? Xavier Worthy stands out big time. You could talk about all the weapons he has. Rashid Rice had 103 yards. Their receivers are even better than last year. And you know what? There's no Super Bowl hangover for these dudes. After a parade and 7 months of celebrating, they're right back on their horse. And we came out flat yet again. The Browns and Ravens lost. Thank you guys for beating the Ravens, by the way. I really appreciate it because we needed it. They were 0-1. We're 0-1. Cleveland's 0-1. The Steelers are the only team that's 1-0. But yeah, looking at their defense, man, their defense is improving. They struggled last week, yes, but it's Lamar Jackson, and I thought they held their own in the first half. Lamar really came up in the second half. And, of course, Arrowhead Stadium. The best home field advantage in the league, probably. And, they're just they're the back-to-back champs. What can you say about them? They're, a powerhouse. They have a hell of an all-time great coach. They got an all-time great quarterback, top 3, in my opinion, of all time. He's only 28, too. This dude can just will walk into the Hall of Fame easily if he retires. This dude is amazing. But yeah, they've locked up Chris Jones now on defense. There's no need for he's also an absolute beast. He can get to Burrow, and offensive line has got to do their job, man. Offensive line has to block for Burrow. If there's one game where Mahomes can really blow out Burrow, it's this one. The Bengals are very vulnerable, and the Chiefs are probably laughing, as they should. I don't know if we're going to come out how we're going to come out in this game, but we have to come out with something. You cannot lose at home to a New England Patriots team that's expected to be bad. I don't care how good if they win this week. But anyway, I mean, let's talk about our keys to victory, man. I'll talk about it. Got to limit the turnovers. Got to protect the ball. Got to stop feeding the ball to Tanner Hudson and Charlie Jones, because I've had enough of that. I saw enough from Tanner Hudson. He dropped the ball along with the fumble at the goal line. The run defense was pathetic, absolutely pathetic, and that's a big caution if for the Bengals. And that's gonna really, I hope it doesn't come back to bite us in the butt. But we got to keep Mahomes off the field. You remember how in the fourth quarter, here's a perfect example I can give you of keeping Mahomes off the field. 2021, we had I think it was the game where we clinched the AFC North. Yeah, 6:02 remaining. We took out all the time off the clock on that drive, and we secured the AFC North. I don't know. Those are ways you beat the Chiefs. I know that we've done it before. We beat them in the playoffs, 3 seasons ago. And we have to balance the attack as well. We need to stop being pass heavy, stop being so run heavy. We got to balance the attack. We had a good mix of it last week, but the offense just sputtered. We have to take deep shots. We did not take a deep shot until it was 16-7. And Jamar Chase had a nice 28-yard grab. That is what the game plan was. The game plan was throw it short. On 4th and 2, what are you doing? Or 3rd and 2, what are you doing? A screen pass. I just don't know. It's so conservative a playbook. It feels like we have Matt Canada on the roster. Zach, I'm asking you, man, please figure it out. I don't know the system of how the play calling is working. I've heard many different things. Is Dan Pitcher calling the plays? Is Zach calling the plays? I don't know. Zach is a hell of a head coach. Zach has set the culture nicely for this team. But please figure it out. Please, we need to stop being so conservative. We need to start taking deep shots. We need to balance the attack. We need to clean up tackles. We need to protect the ball. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. I get it. I can preach it all I want in this preview. It doesn't mean that it's going to change the result or anything that they're going to do. They may go out with the same game plan they had last week. I'm just telling you what I think as a fan. But we have to play mistake-free. My excitement for this game is really lowered, especially, because of last week. I was really looking forward to this one, man. I was really looking forward to this one. But the excitement there it's not so much because, I would have been fine, 1-0. You play kind of with house money. It's like if you lose, you're still 1-1. But now it just feels like not a must win, but it's like there's so much pressure on us to win this game. I would have been like, we have a good chance. We have momentum going into week 2, even if we lose. It's like it would have been one of those fun games that you can just enjoy. But now we're 0-1. They're 1-0. I said that a win for them is good for us because they would have been pissed off if they lost to Baltimore. They came away with a win. I think this will be close, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just come out and just blow us out of the water, man. I wouldn't. I don't know I don't know if we're going to play mistake-free football. Every Mahomes-Burrow matchup, like I said, has been decided by 3 points. AFC North title in 2021, AFC Championship, each of the last, 2 of the last 3 years. And then obviously everybody remembers I think it was week 12, Bengals-Chiefs secured it on that amazing catch by T. Higgins on 3rd and 11. Bengals-Chiefs, man, you still gotta I guess enjoy what it is. It's a good, it's always a great game. I have nothing but respect for the Chiefs organization, Mahomes, Kelsey, all of them. So, it'll be hopefully a fun game to watch. I know KC fans are probably looking forward to it. I'm sure they're looking at us like, oh wow, the Bengals are very vulnerable. If there's ever a time that they want to just blow us out of the water, it's probably now. So, that's all I can say. About that. I gotta tell you though, who day at the end of the day. Hopefully, the question is, can the Burrow Bengals get to 4-1 against the Kansas City Chiefs, or will the Chiefs get a second straight dub? Obviously, they took us to us last year with Jake Browning, and that was a good game too. It was 25-17, I believe. So, it's good. Last time they beat us, or last time we played, I guess Mahomes-Burrow was AFC Championship 2023. Can they get a second straight dub? Can we make it 4-1? I don't know. Bengals, hopefully they're pissed off going into Kansas City. Mahomes, Burrow, round 5. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we win. Hoo day. You guys take care. It's Bengals Chiefs, 4:25 kickoff. Have a good one, everybody.